In nature, nothing exists alone. This quote from Rachel Carson's Silent Spring perfectly summarizes the strong linkages we human beings have with the environment around us. Each of the species and organisms work together in ecosystems like an intricate web to maintain balance and support life. Hello, everyone. My name is Urjaswi Sondhi. Today, I'll be sharing some outstanding models from across our country, which will once again prove that India has a strong tradition of environment conservation. But before that, let's quickly talk about the importance of biodiversity, the key threats to it, and the biological diversity in India. So we know that biodiversity provides us with innumerable benefits. It supports the basis of all the ecosystem services on the planet. A few of these services would be protection of freshwater resources, maintaining balance of the ecosystem, speedy recovery from natural disasters, promotion of soil formation and protection, maintenance of food chain in the nature, adaptation to different habitats, and provision of food security, among many others. Experts have come up with five main threats to biodiversity. These are changes in land and water use pattern, overexploitation of resources, changes in the climate, pollution, and invasive species. India is a mega diverse country with only 2.4% of the world's land area, harboring 7 to 8% of all the recorded species, including over 47,000 species of plants and 100,000 species of animals. Out of 34 global biodiversity hotspots, 4 in India. This includes the Himalayas, the Indo-Burma region, the Western Ghats, and Sundaland. With over 200 diatom species, 90 dinoflagellates, 844 marine algae, and 39 mangrove species, the marine floral biodiversity of India is remarkable. Over 6,000 species of medicinal plants are also found in India. India's economy and the livelihoods of millions of people are dependent on the conservation and sustainable use of these biological resources. Besides state-driven conservation in the form of legally designated protected areas, people's strong belief in protecting trees, animals, and their habitats, and associated religious and cultural traditions have prompted the adoption of many conservation models led by communities and traditional institutions. While India has a powerful legal set of acts, rules, and regulations to protect our biological resources, both in situ and ex situ, the Biodiversity Act 2002 creates norms for its sustainable and equitable utilization. Now, I have for you some unique cases from across the country. Today, these represent some amazing initiatives taken forward by communities, corporates, forest departments, and even individuals. The olive ridley sea turtles are one of the smallest and most abundant sea turtle species, inhabiting the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. These turtles are best known for their unique mass nesting, where thousands of females come together on the beach to lay eggs. Until the early 1990s, these turtles were harvested for eggs during the nesting season or were vulnerable to accidental capture as bycatch. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, Red List of Threatened Species classified the species as vulnerable, highlighting the declining trend in its population. The beaches of the Gundalaba village, located at the mouth of Devi River in the coastal region of East Indian state of Orissa, serves as one of the turtles' mass nesting sites. Community conservation initiatives in Gundalaba and surrounding villages were triggered by the super cyclone of 1999. This almost destroyed the mangrove and coastal coverage, resulting in mass casualty along with loss of livestock, crops, and soil fertility. Faced with multiple challenges, the women of Gundalaba instituted the Peer Jahanian Jungle Suraksha Women's Committee in the year 2000 for carrying out conservation activities. The committee, comprising of 60 members, restored and conserved the forest and coastal ecosystem while providing alternate livelihood opportunities to local communities and creating awareness regarding the significance of ecosystem conservation. Specific conservation initiatives have been undertaken for protecting the olive ridley turtles, such as carrying out regular patrolling of the nesting grounds, protection of eggs and hatchlings from external threats, establishing a hatchery in partnership with the Forest Department, and implementation of strict fishing norms during the mating and nesting season. As a result of the initiatives, there has been a significant increase in mangrove vegetation in terrestrial and marine fauna like cheetal deer, hyenas, jackals, migratory birds, humpback dolphins, and finless porpoises, etc. too. This has also led to an increase in the average annual household income, which used to be almost negligible after the natural disaster. Now moving from Orissa to Meghalaya, the communities in the Makarwat village in the northeastern state of Meghalaya found it almost impossible to reach their agricultural lands and grazing areas using just bamboo or wooden bridges, as they did not last long in heavy rains and natural disasters. Thus, they started building living root bridges. The living root bridges are built using living roots of ficus trees planted on both sides of a stream and then made to span the width of the river until they meet in the middle. The construction of the first living root bridge of Makarwat, East Khasi Hills, was initiated by their forefathers about 5 to 6 decades ago. The people of Makarwat have been successfully creating bridges since then. No synthetic or man-made material is used in the process, making it very cost-effective. Since 2011, Coromandel International Limited has been protecting a wetland region comprising 100 acres of water body and 300 acre of green belt in East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh to make it an ideal bird habitat. Thanks to these efforts, the area has been developed into a large breeding site for grey herons, painted storks, darters, and opal-billed storks. It is also a roosting site for 24 long-distance migratory species. The company has created a near-natural environment for the birds. The bunting method was adopted and shelters were made in waterlogged areas for protecting the wetland ecosystem. The water body consists of storage tanks, natural low-lying areas, and mudflats. This makes them an ideal habitat for fish and aquatic insects and emergent vegetation, thus providing the necessary food for the birds. Awareness has also been created among fishermen by putting up signboards indicating no fishing and silent zones in the bird nesting areas. The site has been fenced and a security force has been set up to prevent poaching and provide ecological safety. The surrounding area has also been afforested using local species. During the Philin and Hurhur cyclones in 2013 and 2014 respectively, CIL rescued large number of birds and also provided veterinary care till they were revived. Moving from Andhra Pradesh back to the northeast, Amur Falcon, a great migratory raptor with one of the longest migration routes, covers about 22,000 kilometers annually from its breeding grounds in Russia and China to southern Africa via northeast India and the Arabian Sea. It is protected under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Appendix 2 of the Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species, CMS. Nagaland forests have been a primary stopover roosting site and have been called as the falcon capital of the world. But until 2012, Amur falcons were being trapped, killed, and sold in local markets of Nagaland. An estimated 120,000 240,000 falcons were captured and slaughtered every year. The Lemsa Chenlok Society, a local NGO in the Yonggi Mission village, extended its conservation efforts from 2010 onwards to ensure the protection of the migratory raptors and their habitats across their village and adjoining villages. They also established a community biodiversity conservation area spreading across 8 square kilometers of subtropical forest. It now serves as one of the primary stopover roosting sites for the Amur Falcons in the state. Some of the conservation initiatives they undertook included a ban on shroom cultivation, logging, hunting, and fishing. They also came up with a very interesting concept called as shooting with guns to shooting with cameras and binoculars, under which they included erstwhile hunters and engaged them in camera trapping of the wildlife. They also undertook regular monitoring by establishing a rotation system among several groups of volunteers from the communities, and also an increased surveillance during roosting period. From approximately 20,000 birds in 2005, a great increase in Amur falcons were recorded in the area in 2018. Indian Himalayas is home to the exquisite snow leopard, the high-altitude big cat with smoky grey fur patterned with dark grey roseates. Fewer than 700 snow leopards remain in the high mountains of India and are listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, with a decreasing trend in population. Kibber is a small village situated at a height of about 4,200 meters in Lahaul Spiti district of Trans-Himalayan landscape in the state of Himachal Pradesh. The village is situated near the boundary of the Kibber Wildlife Sanctuary, which is home to this elusive leopard. The majority of village community depends entirely on the herds of livestock for sustenance. The unregulated grazing of domesticated livestock led to a decline in grazing area. For the wild ungulates, resulting in a significant decline in the population of the snow leopard's natural prey base, resulting in substantial increase in incidence of snow leopards preying on domestic livestock. The Nature Conservation Foundation, in partnership with the Kibber village community, began their conservation efforts in 1998, with the objective to increase the wild prey base by establishing village reserves, where communities voluntarily curtailed livestock grazing. The village reserves provide with ecosystem services such as carbon storage, erosion control, climate mitigation, and pollination, apart from supporting the population of wild ungulates. Since its inception, the community-run livestock insurance program has compensated for 500 cases of livestock depredation, and population of blue sheep has risen from an estimated 100 in 1998 to 400 in 2018. Kibber is fast becoming the world capital for spotting snow leopards. If you enjoyed these stories and want to read more of these, please refer to publications by UNDP that go by the name of India Naturally. They have documented many more such initiatives. I hope you liked the video and are enjoying the summer vacation program. Thank you.